Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, Shannon. Incoming ad break. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Oh, man. I swear to God, I hit exactly the time. Every time I wait is there's just a starting soon, so I'm sorry if it kicks in real early for you. But it's okay. Nothing exciting is happening. We just got here. How's it fucking going? It's only Tuesday, but you know, I hope your week is going good. And you know, everybody's week is a little different. Some people, their Friday is a Monday, or their Friday is a Saturday, or a, you know, it doesn't really matter. I hope things are going swell. Anyway, I'm being really normal about Halloween. As we are hedging on the month before Halloween. So I'm fucking thinking about it. Just had a, oh, you had a job interview today. I'm so happy for you. I know that you're having trouble with that one with the license thing that you were trying to work out, and then that went okay, and you're already jumping right into something cool like a job interview. I hope it went swimmingly. Apparently there's a hurricane incoming, I just found out. Yeah, there's kind of a bunch of those happening around. So there's a lot of that fucking going on. Okay, I have a cool outfit reveal really quick. And like I said, I'm being really normal about Halloween. I'm being so normal about Halloween. Just by the way, I'm being so normal about Halloween. Look at this cardigan I just got. That was gotten for me. Oh, thank you, Shannon, of course. As always, I appreciate it. Look at the Mickey pockets. Look at these. And then candy corn buttons. Incredible. Of course, it's off kilter because it's not a great shirt. We got this, and I have little Mickey little Halloween shorts on. There they are. It has a little Mickey Mouse pumpkin. What can I say? I'm excited! I also love jack-o'-lanterns aesthetic. I love very specifically like spooky silhouette house on a hill with trees. You know, get a moon in there. Bats. Bats are a good one. I think there were bats somewhere on me. Yeah. I got bats. We got bats. And candy. And fucking spiders and spider webs. You know, we've got our little jack-o'-lanterns and candy corn. I love candy corn. Like, I love eating it, and I love the way it looks. I love orange. It's my other favorite color. I don't know if I've ever really made that clear. Green and orange, those are my favorite colors. I like the purple orange Halloween aesthetic. See, I love green and orange, and it wasn't for Halloween. It just kind of worked out that way. That's why my bottle is orange, because if it's not green, I like to get it in orange. Yeah, purple and orange look good together, I think. Yeah, my candy corn. That's fair. I'll eat your candy corn. I love candy corn, but I also love it like as a look, you know, as an aesthetic. I love the yellows and the orange. I love it. It's like autumn colors. You know what I mean? Love green, love orange, love purples. I just can't go wrong with colors. I love colors. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a great time at fucking Disney with all of the Halloween shit going on. I cannot wait. And I got this in time to take to Disney. Um, I also have coming on the way. I hope it shows up before we leave. because it was on pre-order. So who knows? It might show up after I'm already gone. But I'm getting one of those little Loungefly bags, right? But it's like orange plaid, which is perfect for me specifically. And then obviously Mickey ears, and then it has like some ghosts and pumpkins and things, and it's so 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 cute. It's so so cute. That Canary so kindly got it for me for my birthday, early but in preparation for. And I was already kind of looking for like I'd love to have a little bag to take around just to carry my shit in. I don't want like a purse, and I don't want something I have to hold with my hand. I just want like some little but like not a huge bag. Because I can't like usually my jacket, the pockets are like I put everything in there. I can't wear that all the time, especially when it gets really fucking hot outside. So I would love to have just like a bag. And so I was kind of already looking for one, but then it was like here's God's perfect Halloween bag just for you right here. And so now I will own it, and I'm hoping I can get it so I can wear it with this and whatever other Halloween getup I can get. So the Halloween cinnamon roll one. Is that the one? No, wait. I saw one. It was really cute. It was like a brown bag, and it was like a mini one that had icing dripping down, and then it had like a couple like little lollipops, and it had icing on that one, and it was just so cute. Candy corn tastes good for the first couple of corns, and then it starts to taste weird to me. That's I think I can agree with that, but like I just like candy corn. But even then, I'm not big on sweets. So like when I eat sweets, I will tap out pretty shortly after. So, are you planning on picking up some Mickey ears at the park? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love little like mascot hat stuff. I don't know what it is. Like when I was really into League, I really really badly wanted a Teemo hat. There was something about it that was just like the easy, like recognizable little mascot thing, and I wanted that. And so I got it. And then with this especially, I'm just like they're so simple. Like I like the little headbands more than like the caps. And there's so much you can do with them. So I'm looking to get some for myself. I don't know what to do for Halloween. Don't even know people are planning already outside of the stores. See, part of it is like seeing Halloween stuff in the store already because they're preparing for the month that is people preparing before actual Halloween. So we basically get like 2 months of Halloween shit. And so I'm going grocery shopping, and there are giant inflatable Frankensteins and vampires and excuse me, Frankenstein's monsters and just like tombstones and pumpkins and shit. And I'm just like and I'm trying to be normal, but they're not making it easy. So, and like Halloween stuff is showing up obviously in stores. I got this at Hot Topic. At least online anyway. I'm catch me dead going all the way to the mall to go inside one, but kitty corn just does not exist in Germany. Huh. Well, it's like it's nothing too intense. I'm going to tell you that much. Like it's kind of people you love it or you hate it, but it's not like a crazy flavor. They're honey flavored. I don't know if you guys realize they're like honey flavored. So they're not crazy, but they're a bit much for people. And they're just soft. But like they have a firmness to them, They're really easy to bite into. I like them, and I love the way they look. My roommate's job is putting up Christmas decorations when they haven't even put up Halloween stuff yet. You call it September, I call it Halloween Eve. We are not the same. Yeah, a bit like marzipan. That good old candy corn. Anyway, yeah, Halloween stuff. Very excited. But I have something else to show you, really important. So I got to go to the state fair. Okay, I got to go to the state fair on Saturday, which is like a bigger fair because it's supposed to be like the whole state versus like smaller like county fairs. And anyway, we went, and of course there was like knockoff shit everywhere. Looking for weirdo shit. I love the weirdo shit. I love the weirdo shit. And we did discover this this knockoff keychain of KH2 Sora. What's a state fair? Like a maybe carnival might ring a bell a little bit more. You know, there's like rides, there's food. It's just something that's supposed to be for like the entire state. Like a big one. It's supposed to be like, all of the little guys come to the big one kind of a thing. Anyway, I got this really ugly keychain and it's like KH2 Sora, bronze cast fucking weirdo. He's really like high and low detailed at the same time. Oh god, okay, hold on. I gotta find a good way to like show him to you. So it's hard to see his eyes, but give me a second. Give me just a second. I'm gonna do something really quick so you can see him. Okay, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna get way out of focus, but look at this fucking guy, huh? Look at him. Look at his dot eyes. Look at this. But my favorite is his weird, what did they do to his crotch? He's got like a butthole in the front. I don't know what's going on here. He's a little strange. They also, like, his back is different. It's not like, it's his back. Like, they did the whole shebang back here. You can see the back of his shoes, you know? I think something that gets me is his eyes are just, like, dots. Hello. Wow. Wow. There he is. Anyway, ugly. And that's how I like it. I like to see him. I like the weird shit, okay? I like the little weirdo things. I think I paid $12 for it, but then I had to use my card, and the lady was like, "It's $1 charge to use your card. Is that okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." You mean I have to pay $13 for my cursed Sora keychain? Yeah, I think I can do that. And so I did. Also, when I came up with it, and the lady was like, "Oh, Kingdom Hearts fan, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, you could say that." And she was like, well, you know, if you get it, you'll definitely like break the streak I had going. 'Cause all I've sold today was Zelda. And I was like, "Oh, I'll be the one to break that streak." She was like, "It's good for you and me." And I was like, "Yeah. Yeah." Um Why do they have KH merch at a state fair? Okay, so this is not official merchandise, to be clear. But what's frequent at a state fair, because a lot of families go with like their kids, is oftentimes a lot of these stalls are just chasing whatever's popular with kids. And as things have shifted, a lot of kids are watching shit on YouTube. And so you will see things like Five Nights at Freddy's, and you will see things like Poppy Playtime, and like whatever the fuck is like big. And so like anime, like, oh yeah, there's like a Disney logo on it, kind of. It's like barely legible. It's definitely just like a shit mold. It is a bootleg. I can guarantee it. But anyway, yeah, anime is just more generally like available. It's on Netflix, you know. Anybody is watching it nowadays. So there's just a lot of like shit out there that's like, what's popular right now? Naruto, let's go, you know. Just like there's a bunch of like Mario shit. It's just whatever is like kids are into it. So they're gonna find shit and put it in there. And so there's some of them that are just like they're just selling like just a mass amounts of like bootleg stuff. And so you'll find like weird niche off-brand things, you know. So there's a lot of Demon Slayer just around. Pokemon Go to the fair. Yeah, there's also a lot of Pokemon, that's for sure. And And so yeah, sometimes I find like weirdo shit, like the weird little Sora over here that I got last time. You know, you guys remember him, right? This little freak. Love this guy. Got him at the state fair. And then I've also gotten him at the state fair. And then I also got that Mickey Mouse Among Us plushie that is upstairs and unfortunately not down here. So anyway, yeah, it's not bad. It's just goofy. It's just weird shit. And I love bootleg off-brand weirdo shit. It's just ugly and strange. And sometimes you're like, what were they thinking? Like Riku in his iconic little hand pose, except for they made him hold ice cream cones. Oh, I don't know what brought them to that decision, but I'm so happy it did. Whatever it was, you know? So, like, I'm grateful for Riku holding an ice cream cone pin that we found on eBay one time. The games and Funko Pop Sora. Those Funko Pops. They don't actually have a lot of those at the fair, surprisingly. Like, that's something that you find at, like, legitimate joints, but, like, nobody really wants them anyway. But at the fair, they're like, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Like, I did see knockoff Keyblades amongst other, like, video game swords general on, like, a display. So that was fun. I didn't see the ad. I saw the screenshot of the 7-Eleven t-shirt with Sora. To a Renaissance fair 3 years in a row, and each year there's a Sora cosplayer. That's really cute. I've never been to a Renaissance fair, and the last time we tried, it was incredibly, like, there were too many people. It was way too much. It was like the first Renaissance fair, like, that they were holding since the pandemic, basically. So, you know, there were a lot of people out there. We couldn't find parking. The line was, like, out around, like, it was so obscenely long that we just decided not to go. But one of these days, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna be where the people are. I have a Roxas necklace and Monster Sora Funko. They had a Roxas necklace at the stall that I got this little weirdo. They had one. They also had some keychains of just like Kingdom Key, Oblivion. They had stuff around. So anyway, yeah, the state fair was fun. I had a headache. That wasn't fun. I got to ride a ride that swung me so hard I felt my blood shoot into my feet, and then my headache came back. But it was at the end of the night, so it was okay. It was all right. I pet some goats. I pet some pigs. You know, Canary was there. We had a good time. So I'm good. I'm fine. It was just like that ride had a lot of force to it. It had a lot going on. It was just a lot of like and I loved it. I had a great time. It was just like you could really feel it like yank you down kind of a thing. And my legs were just woo out there, right? So that I was just like, oh boy, suddenly my legs and feet feel very heavy with force and blood. So, you know, and then once I was like upright, I was fine. I've never gotten sick on a ride. I've never gotten like overtly dizzy or anything. It was just like, oh boy, like this one swings you hard and fast. And I was like, woo, I felt that. It was a very bad ride. I'm sorry. I love rides. I used to be way more anxious about them as a kid because I just didn't like trust the machinery. But I like to ride rides. I don't really like some rides that like really fling you around needlessly, I guess. Like there's the zipper. I don't really like that. For those of you who know what it is, I'm not a big fan of the zipper because it's kind of It's also just kind of boring at the same time, and you get stuck on it for so long. Here. I'll try to start to get the drawing a bit here. And I can show you what the zipper is, or at least I'll try to draw it out here. So the zipper. So imagine this is like the platform. You know, there are like stairs over here or whatever, and you get on, right? The zipper has a bunch of like, they're shaped like this, and they're attached to this guy that like rotates. Okay. And so there's like a bunch of these, and people, they sit in here like this. Like this is how you're on the ride, okay? In here. You get in, you're sitting here, you're like, wow, this isn't so bad. Haha. And as it goes, they don't stay like this. No, they are held by these hinges, and so they flip around like crazy. Like this, and you're fucking in here holding on, and you're going, ah. And this whole fucking thing turns like this. And all of the rides go with it. All these little seats. So it's like, here's the oblong shape, and all of the little things are attached to it. And then it will turn and flip and stuff, and all of these little, you know, containers will also travel along it on a track. So they're going around this thing while this thing is fucking flip dipping around woo, 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 like that. And it's not a super high intensity, like it's not like going super fast, but it is designed for you to just like flip around over and over again in a way that's really, I get bored. I get fucking bored of it. And like, you get stuck in there for so long because of the way the ride is designed. You can only take people on and off like one at a time. Just one at a time, you know, and they're like, okay, we gotta get Bozo off here, and then like I'm stuck up here like this, like upside down or whatever, you know, and I'm swinging back and forth, and then it's like, all right, get the ride going again, and it's like, you know, and you're just over and over, and don't bring pocket change onto this ride. You will lose it. Don't have anything in your pockets. Don't have anything on your face. That shit is just going to fly out. And it's also like the front of this, it's just like mesh cage kind of shit, you know? They usually don't keep you on it for too long, but it's longer than I want to like, or it's longer than I would like or want to do. That's the sentences mashed up together. Anyway, I've ridden the zipper more than once. You know, I've given it a chance. I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna be scared. I will go on it. And it really flip dips you around. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm not really scared of it anymore, but I don't think I had much fun. And then I tried it again, and it still sucked. So like, I'm not a big fan of the zipper. Hi, Miko. The ride I was on was like a giant disc that would spin really fast, and you would sit inside on the seats at the edge, and the only safety was at your arm strength since you had to hold on. Oh, is it like, does it have an open top? Is it like this? And they're like, you know, and like you're kind of here on the ride, and then sometimes it'll like spin, like it'll lift up and like tilt or something like that. They were talking about one of those rides, rotating thing, and you would spin. It was like a swing. What, you mean like this? And you get your big top, you know, and it's like whoop. It's like a nice like little ornate thing, and then you have all your swings. Yeah, that's just the swing. So that's, people call that the yo-yo. But yeah, I'm not gonna like Me talking about flip dipping fucking woo around is probably not going to translate to sitting on the gentle swings that just go around in a circle. So shifted to your feet. So it was not a slingshot ride. So what I was on, all right, here's more diagrams for you guys. So here's a central like pillar, okay? And from the pillar, we have these arms that then hold like 3 sections of seats, okay? So seats for like 2. Imagine, okay? And this little guy comes down to hold you in to the seat. There's like bars on the side. Okay? You're sitting here in the seat. I'm drawing the seat. There's no people in it, but if there were people, it'd be like wahoo, and your arm, and you're holding this, and then your legs coming down like this. Okay? And there's about 3 of these. So imagine there's like, you know, other people are here. They're also holding on. And then on the other side. And there's like a few of these little arms. Okay? There's a few of these little arms with these seats. And so what happens is this lifts up just a bit. And this whole pillar will spin, right? And while it's spinning, so are your seats in like, they start to basically lift. This is, you know, we're sideways. We've taken, I'm going to make this easy on myself. We've taken this. And now we're starting to do this. Okay? Now we're starting to fucking, we're getting some momentum. All right? So now we're higher up off the ground. There's some more clearance. And we're starting to do this. And it's also spinning this way. Like the seats themselves are rotating while the middle pillar is spinning all of it around. And then it gets so much that it's literally like your seats are literally exactly sideways. So your legs are like up in the fucking air. You know, imagine this is a seat. Imagine this is another seat. And then on the other side, there's like a third seat, okay? Set of seats. And it's both spinning this way while also being pulled to the side. So it's like spinning and then you're also being swung. So you're like, okay, you're going woo, 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 like all the way around. So when you hit that apex, that high point, and you come down, as well as you are like being pulled that direction, everything goes this way. Including all of the blood in my body going to my feet as I'm getting yanked down and spun around at the same time. If that's clear, I guess. It was what was it called? Maybe I can find like a video of it. I'm gonna see if I can, because it was called like, it had something to do with like the brain. It was the shit. What was it? It was something really specific. It had an ugly little mascot on it for some reason. No, it wasn't maybe? No, it wasn't Insomniac, I don't think, but it was something Helm. Yeah. It was something to do with the brain. Hold on. Maybe I can, hold on. I might be able to find like a list. Or not. hold on, hold on, hold on. Because there was a ride called the Insomniac. But I don't think that was it. Give me the complete list of the rides at the fair. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm looking at it. Hold on. I'm about to find the name of this fucking ride. And I'm about to find it. And then you're gonna see. um... Do I need to, like... It's telling me it's not here, which is a lie. So maybe they have it under a different name. Hold on. Because it had Helm in it. And we were like, ah, okay, sure. And now it's like, nothing is under that name. Which is incorrect. So maybe it was like Insomniac Helm. There it is. I gotta see it in motion. Hold on, I gotta test. We gotta find out. Sorry, you can probably hear something and I can't. I forgot. Yeah, this is a day. This isn't the day, but that's not people screaming on the ride. I'm gonna be clear. Nice. Okay, hold on. I found it. Oh, I didn't even look over. Okay, that's like a picture. I have a video of it. Let me... Of course, it doesn't want to fucking... Am I the right one? Hey, here we go. What? No, I don't need it to go faster. I need it to not look like shit. It's gonna look like shit. Anyway, so this is the ride. So this is before it, like, starts, right? It was also really lit up. You still found the... Well, I was looking at the list that the fair has. Anyway, it lifts up, and you start to go, and then it starts to spin the pieces, and, it gets going, like, fast. When you are standing there, you are feeling the wind just whipping your face around. See, look, and it really starts to, you go, like, totally sideways. Like, just entirely. I feel like the one we went on, like, was going even faster. Anyway, hold on. I'm gonna show you the horrors of the zipper. Aha. Oh my god, somebody's like on the ride. Okay, sure. She's getting ready to go on the zipper. Okay, so this is the zipper. Ignore that kid. So you get on your little seat. It's shaped exactly like I said. Okay. And then you get on and it starts to go. All right, let's get fucking going. So yeah, you see it starts to go up and they're like on hinges so they swing. You're literally like in a cage, yes. And then it starts to, like, they're, like, getting people on, you know, they're fucking doing it. And then once it starts going... So, there you go. This is the zipper. You just get flipped for a while. I'm not a fan of it. Like, I'm not afraid of going upside down in a ride. And I've ridden this more than once. I just find little joy in it after a little while. It's just, what are you gonna do? You just kind of like, okay, woo, woo. Like, you're not really going anywhere. I want to feel the momentum of moving somewhere. And this is just kind of like slowly, like, you're like, over and over again. And it just gets kind of exhausting. It's not that fun after a bit. So it's an oldie. It's not, a goodie in my opinion. It's just kind of boring, but anyway, there you go. Rides. Feels like you're hanging upside down and that's it. Yeah, you're kind of just spinning around for a while, and it's a little boring after a couple minutes, and then you have to like wait to get the fuck off. And that part's not fun. Dunk us in water. Yeah, waterboard us. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I love that. Sounds like a great time to be in a cage and get the water fucking, you know? Like, it'll, at the bottom, it'll like drag us through a little pool or something. Yeah, that sounds great. It sounds like a great addition. Anyway. Oh, right. Okay, I'm gonna like turn some music on just a little bit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would maybe kill somebody, so I feel like it'd be a bad idea. Not that that has stopped people from doing stupid shit before, but at least this one, I feel like it's fairly obvious, you know, that it might be a bad idea, so I think we could ditch that one. Oh, I know OSHA, I'll call her. We're besties, we're pals. We go way back, me and OSHA. Anyway, there you go. That was my my update for the state fair. I went to the state fair. It was fun. I ate good food. I was dehydrated, you know. Yeah, real fun. And then I got this. Not at the fair. And anyway, I'm excited about Halloween. And I've had some little merch ideas that I've wanted to work on a bit. Also, I just kind of want to draw. It was that or I was going to play Recoded today, and I just kind of went with the art one, so. So anyway, yeah, that's my plan today. I plan on doodling some guys, maybe. You know, maybe I'll get myself a bigger canvas. This was something I, guys doing things, stuff, you know? You know how it is when guys do things and stuff. I'm sure I think we're all a big fan of when little dudes do things. Bum 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 bum. Do be careful, even if it is just like, oh, it's like, it's from like an anime, or it's just some whatever, like, Japanese idol something music. It does get flagged on YouTube. Like, that shit is not exempt, okay? So try to avoid putting, like, things that, if you think it might get you in trouble elsewhere, like, I don't know, like, just because it's, like, not in English, like, this obviously has no lyrics, but I hear it and I'm like, yeah, this may get flagged regardless, kind of a thing. So that's all. Just consider that. Generally, video game music is totally fine. So I'm just saying in general. I'm just reminded of this basically. Because it's happened quite a few times where it's just like, oh, some soundtrack from some anime that I like, and then it was like silenced on Twitch and flagged on YouTube. Though I didn't get in trouble for it or anything. You don't have to apologize. Don't worry. I'm just like, oh, hearing this is just reminding me. So I'm just blanket statement. That's all. Like whether like. It's not even a big deal if it, like, gets flagged, because usually nothing really bad happens. It's just like, okay, Twitch is, like, really overactive in how much they mute stuff. But it's kind of like a safety measure, and, like, I understand on their part, they don't want to get flagged or be held responsible for what their streamers are doing. YouTube usually just can pick it up, and sometimes it's gone so far as to, like, some of my videos can't be watched in Russia because a part of a song shows up. It's kind of out of my hands to some degree, you know? And sometimes it's like a surprise. It's a fun little surprise as to what gets flagged or gets me in trouble. But for the most part, it's okay. And it'll always pick up that, like, Kingdom Hearts music is in there. And then it's just like, it's fine. It doesn't affect anything. And I'm like, okay, thanks for startling me, I guess. But like, I never get in trouble for, like, as much as people are, like, really proactive about, like, oh, uh-oh, I better mute this, it's playing simple and clean. I have never done it once. And I have never gotten in trouble for it on YouTube. Like, it plays in full. Like, that shit, just nothing happens to it. So I'm not exactly sure if people are just trying to play it super safe, or it was different before, and then, you know, now it's a little more lenient on some things, and people just haven't changed anything. I don't know. But yeah, I'd be out here playing, like, the full intro of Recoded multiple times. And it's just like, yeah, I'll give a shit. Bye. It's fine. Move along, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. I feel like companies shouldn't be so sensitive about this stuff unless someone is just streaming music straight up. There are a lot of, like, legalities and a lot of weird stuff. It kind of depends on, like, where you are sometimes. I know that, like, there's a big stink with, like, Moomin really specifically, because, simple clean just get pretty heavily tagged. Yeah, well, I'm not playing it, like, every fucking time. It's just, like, I'm playing a game, the intro plays, and then it's just, like, you know. What was I saying? Oh, right. I remember there was a big stink and, like, problem with Moomin really specifically because people were trying to share the show anywhere that wasn't just, like, where it was being aired, basically. And they have their hands kind of tied because of, like, how some, like, law stuff is, that, like, if you do not actively, like, contend people for, like, posting or using or doing something with your copyright, you are electing to, like, give up your copyright. And it's, like, a really, like, weird hands tied kind of situation. Where it's just like, God, I don't care if people are sharing Moomin on, like, Google fucking, Drive or whatever, you know, but, like, we are literally obligated by law, lest we give up our own copyright for our own stuff, that we have to be like, you can't do that, and we have to take, like, legal action against it, kind of a thing. And it's super horseshit, right? It's super, like, not great for really anybody involved, but, like, some stuff, yeah, if you do not protect your copyright, you can lose it, kind of a thing. That's not to say that there aren't a lot of people acting in totally bad faith because they can't. Like, people will use copyright strikes against stuff that they don't even own just to take other people's videos down. It's been, like, a thing where it's just, like, people can just make a claim and they have to function on, like, good faith, essentially, to be like, okay, you know, there's an agreement about copyright and the internet that, Yeah, all copyright laws are outdated and mostly trash. It's entirely true. Because a lot of people have not kept up with how the internet functions, basically. But yeah, it's like a whole thing where fuck, what was I saying before? I was leading into something with, oh yeah, they're operating on good faith. That's what I was talking about. And it's like YouTube kind of like, they're kind of hands off. For example, YouTube, they're hands off with like whatever it is. That's just to be like, yeah, you know, we're not like necessarily having to inspect every single thing that comes through our domain, because that's really impossible. Oh, thank God. Fucking the Ghoulies are here. What good Halloween music. We watched a really bad movie last night called The Ghoulies. Or just Ghoulies. Not good. Love the theme. Very Halloween. There's a good video series on YouTube about the history of copyright and fanfiction by Jill Barup. You should put that either in the chat or put it in the Discord with the YouTube, because I'd love to see it. But what was I? Oh, right. Anyway, since they're operating on good faith, even if it's like a total bullshit claim, like YouTube is obligated to be like, okay, they have claimed copyright, you know, so we have to go through the motions of like, as if it is a legitimate claim, and so the onus is on the person who uploaded the stuff to prove one way or another that it is or isn't, like, it's fair use, or like, yeah, this is legitimate, and they have to like, you know, they basically have to like plea for it and be like, hey, no, it's fine and stuff, but that doesn't even mean that they're gonna get through to like a person. But oftentimes like stuff like it takes time, and it was, I don't know if they changed it. It's fucking music. I don't know if they changed it, because I remember this being an issue a while ago, with some kind of drama I was witnessing with Stephanie Sterling and like this one game dev that fucking hated them so much. And so they would make all of these like bogus copyright claims on videos, and they had to like appeal it every single time to be like, it's not true, but because of how this shit works, that YouTube is like obligated to treat it as if it is a genuine copyright claim, like every single time. And it's not a very good system, but that's kind of just where things are. Yeah, I don't think they've changed anything, but it's messy. Copyright's super fucking messy and weird. And super different in other countries. It's so common to be like, I'm just watching TV in Japan and here comes a commercial and it's just playing songs from the Tron soundtrack. Like, it's just in it, you know, and it has nothing to do with Tron. They just like the song and they could use it, and it's that simple. And it's just like way more lenient over there in that regard. And over here, it's like a fucking nightmare. So I don't goddamn know. Anyway, sometimes I am shocked at what is totally, it goes by totally unscathed. Like, nobody gives a shit, and then it, like, Twitch getting so pissed off at me because Cavern of Remembrance was playing in my stream a little too much for their taste, I guess. So I don't know what to tell them. I'm doing data battles. Like, it's playing I'm dying a lot. It's playing a lot. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to fix that. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm gonna see if I can... okay. That's... There. Just giving myself a little more elbow room, kind of, but... It's really stupid because literally all it takes is someone to look at a copy strict to check and then determine if it's valid or not. I know it's easier said than done, but it feels like you can never communicate with YouTube. Yeah, and the thing is that takes a lot of manpower that, you know, they often don't want to pay the money for. Moderation, as much as it is essential to, like, online spaces, is manpower. you need to have people, and it's like, this is another discussion entirely. I'm not even drawing, but like, this is another discussion entirely that is like, sure, having like a team of moderators to look through stuff, you are also subjecting people oftentimes to really vile, horrible stuff that they kind of have to deal with all the time because people are reporting like, you know, incredibly racist stuff or, you know, just general, I guess, hate speech. Like, I'm thinking of like Twitter and like just really shitty, or people posting like real gore or like other stuff, just to flood shit, you know, and it's not getting flagged. And so when you have like actual moderators, like these have to be like real people hired and paid for their time to, yeah, hate speech, gore, porn, like anything, you name it, like, I don't know, animal abuse, sometimes like snuff shit, like it's awful. And to have people moderate that, while the moderation is absolutely 100% necessary, like, oftentimes, you know, large-scale companies do not want to pay for the people to do it, and especially any really necessary benefits for what is a pretty taxing and unpleasant job. And so, obviously, they want to put it to machines as much as humanly possible. Not even to spare people. They want to spare change. They want to spare the money spent on it. I still don't understand why YouTube is having a fit about the Radiant Garden theme playing in a cutscene. I don't know. That's so strange. It's like so specific too. I have to go on Twitter and bully YouTube. Yeah, you do. You have to like going through their own systems is good luck. I feel like if you sign up for that kind of job, then you're expected to kind of handle that stuff. Well, yeah, of course you should know what you're getting into when you go in, but I don't think that's a reason to write off, like, that it is incredibly taxing. Even if you're prepared for it, that shit gets to you after a while. And, like, there also have to be, like, it's not just like, well, when you sign up to be a janitor, you should expect shit. It's like, I think janitors should be paid better because they have to clean up shit all the time. You know? Like, it's just something that it's like, and that's just like, humans should be treated better, and this shit's not fun to do. And you can go in expecting that, but they're not going to pay people appropriately for doing a job like that. They don't want to pay people at all if they can help it. So that's kind of the issue. It's easy to write off and just be like, well, what did you expect going in there? Do not fall into that mentality. Do not. People deserve this better treatment. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you should, if you're going into this kind of job, like there should be wider nets of support. There should be a larger hiring pool, you know, just in general. So it's like, yeah, a huge staff. You want a huge staff of people doing this as well, just so it's not one person clocking in like 5 to 6 days a week of doing this. You know, like people can handle this shit in like spurts, in reasonable chunks. And that's not happening either because they don't want to pay that amount of people. They don't want to pay everybody a meaningful amount of money, you know, or offer any kind of benefits that would help dealing with this kind of a thing. It's a lot. Anyway. Yeah, you should definitely just have that kind of support. And the biggest problem is that there are millions of YouTube uploads and hundreds of hours of content. It would take a huge staff. Yeah, that's another thing where it's like, it's a little different on Twitter because that's going to take people like manually like reporting stuff. And with YouTube, it's so astronomically huge. And it's not just like, oh, they're uploading a video and someone can look at it in 2 seconds, like a tweet. That's a video. This video could be like 3 hours long. You know, it's I understand having more of like that kind of algorithmic like kind of overview of like the content because it's just like insane amounts of time. Like there's no fucking way, right? But that's where it's like, I think that there should just be actually like a staff. So if you're like, hey, something's wrong here, you can actually talk to a person and not just be sent through like the Google machine that doesn't function. Yeah, I'd kind of just want like a... Man, I'm getting kind of warm in this little thing. I don't want to take off though. Yeah, bots can be used to flag stuff, but if something goes wrong, then a human should handle it somewhat. Yeah, I agree. I think that there just needs to be obviously much better systems in place. There's a lot of logistics and a lot of paying human people, and, you know, they're gonna avoid that as much as they can. And it's not like there's any fucking regulation in place to help this, because everybody out there making laws have no idea how a computer works or the internet. That's not to say everyone, obviously, younger generation people out there in politics have a better understanding of this kind of thing, but there's a lot of old people who refuse to learn new stuff. And so, you get a lot of really misguided, not good attempts at, like, copyright and just internet censorship and things that people who do know what they're doing can get in there really insidiously, and then the people who don't know what they're doing don't know enough to stop or even think about it. It's a whole fucking thing. Anyway. I love Halloween. I haven't drawn a goddamn thing. I simply speak. Skull. I watched the live-action He-Man movie I didn't know existed until last night. Masters of the Universe. Wasn't good. Was not good. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that for free. It was a bad movie. Disney really screwed up copyright in the 80s. They've kind of had a vice grip on copyright policy since. Yeah, no, Disney's really fucking royally fucked a lot of this stuff. There's only so much they can do. And that's how we have, like, at least an iteration of Winnie the Pooh out in public domain. Anyway, the live-action He-Man movie called Masters of the Universe, they wanted that shit to be Star Wars so fucking bad. That movie blew, dude. It was so not good. I mean, it's fun because it was bad, but, like, holy shit. I 100% knew it would be bad. Well, because it's, like, specifically that, like, 80s live action. Like, it was very, like, misunderstanding the source material in the same way of, like, the Mario Brothers movie. Where they were like, what if we make it kind of gritty and weird with a loose understanding, right, of the source material, and also connect it to the real world in a weird way. So He-Man and some of his cohorts get transported to the real world, and Monica from Friends is there. Not the modern Mario movie. I mean the original Mario movie. The original bad live-action Mario movie. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Get out of here. Boop. Anyway, it was quite something. But yeah, Monica from Friends is there. She's like the lead girl in the movie. And I remember I was looking at her and I was like, why does she look so familiar? Is that Monica from Friends? Yes, it was. Is it like Space Jam style? No, not at all. No, it's everybody in, like, suits and rubber masks, and, like, it's fun to see, because it's fun to see, like, the craftsmanship that went into everything they made. Skeletor looks weird. They wanted him to look like Palpatine so bad. They even had a shot where he dies falling down, like, a long shaft. Like, it was, like, exact. It was just like, oh, Palpatine, there he goes, you know. No, I'm at the OG Mario movie. No, it's the same thing. It's people in masks and rubber props. And honestly, I just recommend you look it up for yourself to see. Notoriously bad movie. Really interesting people in yeah, like people in like rubber, like a whole built up like face, you know, costumes, movie magic, if you will. No, you should look it up. It's a weird time. I love to just appreciate the weird shit that gets out there in the world. All right. You gotta just look at it once, or even just look up a video about the history of it, because it was a fascinating train wreck from start to finish. And eventually, like, script changes and things were happening so frequently that a lot of the cast just started drinking on set, because they were like, fuck it, it doesn't matter, why do I need to memorize my lines? They're gonna be different in like 2 hours. And so they would just drink while they were like making this movie. So it's interesting. It's interesting, that's for sure. I promise I'm singing on beat. I know this song, I've actually listened to it quite a bit. Yeah, you don't have to watch it. It's kind of like exhausting to watch, in my opinion. But like, it's still fun. Like, I've watched it before though. And I'm not feeling like I have to watch it again, but I probably would, because it's been a long time, just to remember what the fuck is going on. Yeah, are you seeing them? Are you seeing, like, what everything fucking looks like? Oh my god. Okay, somebody tell me something to draw. Give me something, okay? I already have limited... See, I will say, watching something that you know you probably aren't gonna like, or even something that you know is bad, can both be fun, but it is also, I feel like, educational in a way that, like, it's important to look at things you don't like to understand why you don't like them. I think that's very important, and it's like nurturing, it's nutrients. You gotta look at the good and the bad, and just see, like, and you can, like, even just to yourself, like, identify, like, what doesn't work. Or, like, you could take some dog shit scene and be like, what would have made this better? You know, just for anything. Well, no, I understand. My executive dysfunction make thing hard, too. I'm really bad at consuming media, but it's just fun, I feel like, thought exercise. It's good to engage with the things that you also know you probably don't like that much, just to know why you don't like them. Anyway, we got a Wolfku. We've got a Zaicus. I smell food, and it smells good. I take your manly hand in mine. Check me out, and I'm just kidding. So we're watching the Barbie movie, Full Wolf Practice, Wolfku. I think the only things I had a negative hyperfixation on was the Lorax 2012. So I was mad that they scrapped the original content. I don't watch so much stuff about OMG paying attention. Nah. See, I have to do stuff like opportunistically. Like last night, we watched 3 bad movies in a row because I was just down to clown. I had no other obligations. I was staying away from my computer, and we were using Tubi, which is a great source, just by the way. Anyway, we were just like seeing stuff that it's like leaving soon, and it was just weirdo shit everywhere. So we watched Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. It had been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I only had like bits and pieces still in the noggin. So we watched that. And then after that, we watched Ghoulies, which that bwompy stupid music was playing earlier, and they've got these shitty little I love them. I love the fucking Ghoulies. They're so weird. And then after that, we watched Masters of the Universe, the live-action He-Man movie. That was very bad. They were all bad movies, but I feel like I've put important nutrients in my soil, you know? To watch something, I need to do something at the same time. See, I will often, like, I'll just have my phone on me, and I'll just kind of check or flip between stuff. Sometimes I try to draw while I'm watching stuff, because I understand sometimes just watching the one thing is difficult. So I try to find, like, low-intensity alternatives, because I can't do something that's actually engaging, or I won't absorb the other thing. So yeah, I understand the watching stuff that you already know. Like, boy, the amount of times I have watched Always Sunny just getting prepared for cons because I needed background noise, but I needed to not pay attention to it. I needed to already know what it was. And so we would just, when it was on Netflix, we would just, like, put it on and just let it rip through, like, every season while I was just, like, I'm, like, making buttons and taking inventory and doing all of this stuff. And it's just, like, I need to, like, not actually need to pay attention to it. I will say, I don't need to put an ear there. There's, we already got some. There are a lot of things in Always Sunny that have not aged well, but they have been commented on by the cast, who also, you know, writers, creators, show, etc., etc. And they've been like, yeah, we didn't know. Like, we just didn't know, like, what kind of, like, power these words had and stuff. And, like, we're trying to show that these characters are, like, not good people, and they never, like, succeed at the end of the day, you know? Like, it's definitely framed as they're not, like, encouraging any kind of bad behavior. But it was just one of those things where they're like, dude, we didn't know, and the show's been running a long time, we're really sorry. Like, oh, I would change that if I could, kind of a thing. So that's at least reassuring, you know, that they've, like, talked about it before, but just as a heads up, if you're, like, watching Sunny from, like, the beginning. Anyway, so I just can't sit there unless I'm lying down and kicking my feet and screeching, just watching Promare. I do remember, Henry, when I was like, you should watch What We Do in the Shadows. And then you were like, yeah, and then some weird wires got mixed, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And you were loving it. But it was like, you're telling me shit that happened in the episode, and I was like, that doesn't sound right. That didn't fucking happen. What? And then it just turned out you were watching Always Sunny, with very tonally different show. Like, that doesn't sound correct. Alright, let's see here. Do I need to, like, switch to a different brush or something? Who's coming? Who is it, guys? Who is that on the horizon? Some guy? It's him. Oh my god. It's Riku. He's here. Holy shit. Okay. I'm gonna draw Wolfku. I'm gonna draw him. Pucker up, handsome. I'm just getting it out. I'm just getting it out. We're not gonna care too much. Can't forget his little notched ear. Yeah, the KH Mom credits are so good and nice. But also, like, it's so, like, I understand what you mean by, like, a relief, but it's also something that's just like, wow, the whole series, oh, everybody, excluding some, are here. I watched the entire anime in about a month and I loved it, and I even nearly rewatched the... Just can't even realize the amount of fan service it has. Look, fan service is fan service. Like, you love it or you hate it kind of a thing. I don't think it necessarily is, like, evil by default. I think it's just that it's so pervasive that you kind of can't escape it. You know what I mean? Also, my exposure to Fairy Tail is it's just another shonen. It's just another one. It's just, there it is, you know? It goes so long, so much doesn't happen. It's so, like, I don't know, I just don't care. Part of that, too, is, like, it's just not something I'm interested in general, but it sure does not do anything to appeal to me as something that isn't something I can get elsewhere, but better. Yeah, fan service wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't all the fucking time, and it wasn't like every way you interact with like a typically female character all the time. If it was a little more equivalent across the board, then, you know, come talk to me, but... And while there are some examples, it is not of the same... It's not of the same, fucking... It's not of the same level. I feel like I was gonna say some other word, I don't remember. But... Accidentally kind of given him a DreamWorks face, and I'm just gonna tone that down a little bit. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. You need to be a little higher up. Some stuff feeling a little uneven here and there. I'm drawing! Yay! There's something about this eye. It's a little better, I guess. A little more with the curve of the face. Played Melody Memory not too long ago, and it really feels like Kyra got the short end of the stick in a game with her face at the cover. 100%. The fact that she's on the cover and she can't be in the credits. Let's see. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Didn't expect much anyways, but they could at least make it more obvious she's not important to the whole plot of Melody Memory. I mean, to be fair, at least Nomura kind of said it repeatedly beforehand, but like we didn't know exactly exactly what scale he was talking about. But like from the get-go, he was like, I mean, I wouldn't call it like Kyrie's game. Like, you kind of play as like everybody else the whole time, and like, yeah, she's there, you know, but like, I just wouldn't expect there to be much there. The game doesn't have that much. It's just like a little, you know, and nobody listened. Nobody fucking listened. Showed my heart to a friend yesterday and had to go over the whole, it's really just Kyrie that gets the shaft all the time. Yeah, I'd have to explain the like, look, it's basically just Kyrie the whole time. It's for that he said it, just the cover I think got most people, to be honest. Yeah, I could agree. I mean, she's literally on the cover, and even with what little overall the story parts had to kind of do with her in that sense, the fact that they didn't even put her in the credits is really like the kicker. It's like, yeah, wahoo, the whole cast is here, celebration of the series, you know, and then it's like, nope. Like, you played her as her earlier, and everybody's gliding. They only made her model do one thing, and it was glide, and they couldn't put her in. Yeah, I think it was mentioned in the Discord before, but Sora and Riku battle theme where you play as Riku in Cage 4 and fight Sora, and the theme has a mix of Riku's theme and a mess up version of Sora's theme. Yeah? That would be cool. Sorry, I suddenly got hit with like being so tired. Oh, but what about Cat? Woo! Cage 4, baby, let's go! Oh my god, I'm getting so tired suddenly. I haven't even been doing this for very long. I guess it's been an hour and a half, but... Kid message. Wahoo! Whoop. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Hands. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out. What is it that won't work? It only has 30 views. I'm so sorry. It has to have like 1,000 views or something, I think, for whatever reason. 10K? I thought it was just like 1,000. Well, send me the song in line so I can listen to it later. How about that? God, I just can only fucking wonder who put this one in. Da, 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 da. Sorry, I got my scroll. I'm like trying to like just look through the chat just a little bit, and it's just like we adding a song from Hades. The issues, the OSTs are divided into the music of the stages and then the music from the boss. I mean, I just love the Hades soundtrack in general. You can put literally any of it in. You can put both in. I don't care. I think you can only have 2 in the queue at a time is the only thing. So it'll tell you if you hit that limit. When do you think when I'll play recorded again? I might play it this Thursday. I'm gonna be gone again. I won't be able to stream Saturday. Unless something changes, which I wouldn't be surprised, but I have some family stuff I have to tend to. Nothing bad, nothing happened to anybody or anything like that. I just gotta go see some family for a bit. So I'll be able to stream today, obviously. Here I am, voila. And then Thursday. And then I will be gone again. No, I'm not going to Boise. I have people coming up this direction. Because I have my grandpa lives up around here, and we're all just gonna go see him. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for a few days at least. And then pretty shortly after that, then, like, I'll have, like, the week, and then I'll be going to California for a bit, so... Boy, I just don't stop doing things all the time. This summer has been so many things I've been doing. I want this to be stronger. Yeah, I've been way more active this year than I feel like I have ever before. Like, it was one of those things where, like, my partner, right, applied to a fuck ton of cons, expecting to not get into that many, and then got into, like, every single one. And so we've been busy. Just on top of just, like, that shit happening, as well as just, like, oh, things that we want to do just in general, or having a friend over, or other transitional things, and now Canary is here, and, I don't know, stuff's just been happening. I don't think I'm going anywhere for a while after going to Disney. I don't think anything's on the table, really. The only thing that's on the table is taking baby cat to the vet for his checkup. They need to check him out and tell me he's fat. And that he should lose a couple pounds. And I'm like, or he's probably at least lost, like, a bit of weight at this point. But anyway, yeah, basically, like, spring to summer, I have been doing something, like, every month. Like, nonstop. I've just been doing shit. And it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But also... I do look forward to when things even out a little bit, and I can just be on just a schedule, and I can put my head back down and, like, try to bust out my stupid stack of commissions I still have. Some of them are years old at this point. Really, really bad. I've come to understand much more about how to do commissions and how they work for me and how to organize and do all this stuff. And if I'm to open commissions up in general to the public, I'd be probably having a form and having a limited amount of slots and then having set days when I'm working on them, instead of before when I was just taking them willy-nilly and then getting overwhelmed. So, oh, by the way, really important for everybody that's here. So I shipped all of the orders that I had. I finally got my restocks for the pins and the Halloween World Form fun stuff. Where's my fucking... There it is. God, it's something smelled like cat food, so like wet cat food for a second. Which doesn't make sense. Baby cat doesn't even like it. Anyway, I got all of my restocks, for all of my orders. So if you had an order sitting and waiting, it's gone already. It's in the mail. It dropped it off yesterday. Okay, so that should be... People should be receiving their stuff basically within the week. That said, I now have regular stock available. I'll put in the shop link for now. But now there's actually just ready and available stock of both of those things. If anybody was waiting to get something, I'll post about it later. Generally, to be like, hey, store's open now. Well, I mean, it always was, but like now it's like, guess what? You can get it right away and not have to wait. So just know that's there. That's your fun little treat for being in my stream at all. Also, it was like January, February that I was like, I'm going to get rid of all of these commissions, and I did make some headway. I did get some stuff done. But doing things is hard. I feel like there was something else that was like getting in my way. I think I was just juggling a lot of things that I was trying to do at once, and I was only making... I was like chipping away at the commissions. Like I said, I did make headway on things, But then as I got busy, things just got like really, and I just haven't been able to, this is my motion of juggling, by the way. I'm just like, just a lot of shit. And it's like, I would find it difficult to try and be like, okay, how am I balancing this out between like, I am trying to stream. And one of my other things was trying to upload all of my backlog and get the stream archive working. So hello, YouTube, once again. And I did get that. I got that going. So I feel good about that at least. And at least it makes me feel like I'm not just like whittling away my time streaming and not like having anything to show for it, I suppose. So that's nice, at least, but... And I was gonna try to have actual, like, scripted videos and things done by this point. It was, like, last year at the state fair, I was telling Micro about my plans to do this, and I was, like, clearing off a room. And the thing is, now I have to, like, figure out what to do with a bunch of my, like, stream recordings. Now that they're on YouTube, I don't feel like I need them. But I also feel like it might be stupid to get rid of some. But, like, I feel like some of my gameplay, like, videos I can keep aside. Videos are just big, and resizing them takes a while. And so some of them I just feel like I don't need to keep a whole video of. I could also stand maybe to get another hard drive that has more space. The hard drives come cheap these days. And I'm sitting at, like, having almost filled up my stupid terabyte hard drive again because of just how often I'm recording, like, videos. Keeping up editing and uploading stream VODs as hell. Well, thank you. I've been trying to be good about getting them up kind of at least the day or the day, like, getting them up the next day or the day after that or something. Just to keep things, like, I don't want it to back up too much, you know what I mean? But it's all... it's all something. But at least I've been... one of the things that I'm at least happy with is that, like, just getting merch and shit going. And liking it, and, like, having a plan, and then doing them. Even if half the time it's just like, oh, this thing is going on sale. And then I have to, like, look at it for a few minutes, then I go, okay, I can think of something for that, and then I go and make it. I did see on one of my orders, somebody was like, I love these pins. I don't remember who it was, because I wasn't exactly looking at them when we were doing them. We were, like, two people, like, fucking making, and then labels, and then... So anyway, but the message was saying that it was just like, oh boy, if you ever made, like... I love this, like, style of, like chibi, I guess. And then, like, if you ever made, like, a Xion or a Ventus or something, like, I'd be so excited. And I was like, yeah, I could probably make more, like, pins that look like these. Because it's just fun. It's just a fun little way to, like, draw stuff. It's also, like, really low effort. Like, I wouldn't say low effort so much as, like, there's just not a lot of detail. I don't have to agonize over anything, you know what I mean? I can just fucking, like, and be like, that looks nice. And then I clean it up a little bit, because I do have it open over here. You can see, I basically drew them at this size, like, at this distance, you know? And I was just like, yeah, okay, here we go, wee! Just drawing them like that, and then I brought them over into an appropriate size, scaled them up, and then, like, cleaned up the edges, pretty much. And I have to, like, make them around each other to make sure shit looks the same. Because I can't just make it and then go to another canvas and then do it again. Like, it gets all out of proportion and weird. I really need to work at this one. I gotta figure it out. Like, he doesn't quite look the way I want. Like, Space Paranoid's perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Halloween Town nailed it in one, you know, perfect, wonderful. Need to work on the Timeless River one a bit. Need to watch Seals more for real. I need to learn merch stuff in general, though. Honest to God, if you just follow Vograce on, like, Twitter, they announce when all of their sales are coming up. You can even just sign up to a newsletter and they just tell you what their monthly sale plans are, and you can just plan ahead of time. And once the sale is on, you get like, hi, baby. Did you see the shadow of his tail? Baby. Is your tail up? This little tendril in the back. Hi. Here. Oh, my baby. Oh, I love you. Hi, Angel. Oh my goodness. Butthole to the world. Ugh. Hi, Angel. Hello, my perfect boy. Come on. Come on. You gotta do your flop. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Ooh. Alright. Let's do it. There we go. Ooh. Please don't fuck up my cardigan, it's brand new. He might, a little bit. Anti-form baby cat. Anyway, Ow. What's this paw over? What's this? Oh, okay. It was just like hanging off. Anyway, a lot of the things I make are opportunistic because, they just happen to be on sale. And, wouldn't you know it, I function under deadlines really specifically. I was working on a shaker charm because they had shaker charms on sale. And, it was not coming out how I I wasn't happy with it. And with these, a lot of the time, it's been working because I'm not being super critical on it, because it has to just get out, you know? So I'm just like, okay, I'll just make it enough to where I like it, and pop it out. And then usually I'm like, yeah, this looks good. And, like, I just don't have to overthink it. But the shaker charm I was working on, I don't know what it was. It just wasn't coming together like I wanted as I was working on it, which I'm not giving up on it. I'm just gonna come back to it. So I was working on that. I have other charm ideas and things I want to do. I have like a liquid shaker charm kind of that I had an idea for. I had a matching pin I wanted to make. I also have some like Halloween town, like Vagres has these charms that look like lollipops in a bag. Right? Super cute. I wanted to make, like, little Halloween candy ass looking things. Because I just can't help it. Halloween, you know, it lends itself to the candy part. But it also, like, can make Dream Eater stuff, what have you. There was also, like, a cute fan idea I had. As in, like a fan that you would fan yourself with. Yeah, Vagres has a lot of options. I don't know if it's Vagres or Vogres. I say Vagres a lot. I am not an official voice on the matter, so, you know. But yeah, they got a lot of fun little weirdo options that you can, like, look around. Get inspired, if you will. I know, what a baby. Look at him. I'm holding him, like, down, but you can't see his giant body. It's always the coloring part of merch that confuses me. Wanting a specific printing color, if you know what I mean. I actually don't, no, I mean, I do know what you mean, but I don't worry about that much. The printing colors, outside of, like, a few colors that, like, pink, blues, and greens can have a bit of an issue, like bright blues. No color on your screen will ever be as bright on, like, printed, right? Because we're looking at colors... We're looking at colors with literally a light behind it, right? So it's gonna look nice and bright, but paper doesn't have that. Hold on. There we go. But genuinely, you don't have to worry about that so much. Most of the time it'll print pretty to, like, to what you're looking for. Greens and pinks are the top ones, and then, like, bright neon colors, and especially, like, bright blues kind of struggle. But yeah, pinks and greens are gonna struggle the most. And that's something where it's just like, maybe just try not to do things in a bunch of similar shades of pinks and greens. Because it will all get flattened and it will not look so great. But see, with, like, Riku and his wings, I didn't fucking check. I was just like, all right, here's the one pink thing. It's gonna look pink when it's printed. Looks great. Looks fine. No problems. The guidelines that are like, oh, you have to make sure this is correct. I think it's just they're trying to give you as much of the tools to the process as possible. You get a sense for it, but then again, I've been, like, printing shit for a really long time. Even if it was just me printing buttons on paper, I came to learn what prints well, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. Make your shading darker. Like, do not be afraid to make that shit contrast, because when it prints, again, it's that lighting behind everything. It's not going to look as strong as you think it does when it's on paper. Or on acrylic, or on wood, or on anything like that. Like, do not be afraid to make the shading stronger, just in contrast. Watch out for pinks and greens. When you use them, just, you can check if you want, but I wouldn't fuss over it so much, because the thing is, when people get your thing, they're not gonna be able to tell. They won't know. They don't know what it looks like on the fucking screen. They don't know what it looks like when you're fucking turning off a 3% opacity layer over and over again. They don't know. They just see the thing that they got and they go, nice, yeah, and that's it. That's all that fucking matters. I screwed up kind of with my fucking Sylvani Jet Set Radio comic, because it was all various shades of, like, green, like bright green. Looks great on the screen, printed like shit. But you know what? When people look at it in the book, they don't really care that much. They don't really care. They see it and they go, yeah, this is cool. I like this. Hi. Yeah, I was holding him. A baby. Anyway. That's one of the things where it's like, I just bit the bullet and I was like, okay, like, you convert something to CMYK and, like, it'll give you an idea of, like, the printing that you can do, and, like, you can change things to help with that, if you so desire, but most of the time, don't gotta. You really don't gotta. Like, that's up to your own level of, like, standards, but, like, I be printing shit willy-nilly, printing shit, and it looks fine. It's just, don't worry about it. Just color it and make sure things contrast. It's my best word of advice. The contrast is probably the strongest thing. Like, make sure you're not having a bunch of same colors. Like, even if you see with, like, my little guys here, I try to make sure I don't have overlapping stuff too much. Like, at most here, it was, like, with the body, right? And, like, the legs. And even then, I got, like, a nice kind of light gray to kind of just do a fine line, just make sure it's kind of separated. But otherwise, I try to keep the colors from, like, touching each other too much, so everything's, like, chunked out in a way that's easy to read. Obviously, their designs lend to that, but even when it comes to, like, composition and stuff like that, like, you just want to make sure this shit is, like, readable at a distance, and that will do you so many favors. Like, You don't want to get squiddly and fiddly with details and inking, especially when you're making like a 1.5-inch charm. Don't bother. Don't do that. Save yourself the effort, okay? That's part of why I've had a lot of fun doing stuff lineless, because I just go in and I'm like, whoop-dee-doobie-doobie-doo. I go in here and I take a brush and I go wee, and I draw the thing and I go, that looks good. Look at this. Look at this. There are like no details here. Don't fucking bother. I was making buttons for so fucking long, okay? And the buttons are like, they're like this big, okay? They're like a 1.5-ish, like 2 inches round, okay? And the best thing that's ever going to help you is something that people can see and read easily at a glance, okay? You don't want to go super duper into detail on like something small. You can afford it when I think more like standees can afford more detail because they're just sitting still and people are looking at them like on their desk, basically. I'm not saying you can't put detail in. Just don't, like, kill yourself over it, okay? Don't worry about it. Simple is great. It's strong. And it helps save you a lot of time. But yeah, just make things like distinct and clear. That's what I would say, is just focus on that. Don't worry about exactly how this shade of blue or that shade of brown is going to print. Just make sure that they are like, they contrast enough with everything else they're against, and it'll probably look fine. Goes for emojis too. Yeah, exactly. You need just basics. You got to be able to tell what it is when it's small, because it's going to be small most of the time. Things are going to print probably smaller than you're expecting, kind of a deal. So just don't agonize over it as much as you think you might want to, because you're like, oh god, it's merchandise. I gotta really make sure it looks nice so people want to buy it. People be looking at shit and consuming it like potato chips. They just be fucking, they just go, ooh, that's cute. And then they like buy it or they don't, you know? Speaking from experience, the simpler design, the more likely. Yeah, exactly. The simpler it is, that is also what I have found generally, which is why I've been having fun with these, because they're also easier to do. But you just don't have to like work really, really hard on something that you're not sure if it'll sell. You just want to make sure it's clear and easy to read, and then you're kind of good to go. So, yeah. Yep. Anyway. Simple does equal more universal appeal. If I make a keychain that Timeless River Sora. Oh yeah, I mean I plan on it. That's why he's there. I need to fix him up. I think I need to make his head bigger. I need to do something with like. I mean his eyes don't look bad. I feel like I need to work with some other options or kind of see what's going on. Because I want to pull him more in line with like these two. These are like what I want, so like with when you're working with little characters, details could look not as good. Yeah, like you don't want to get in there, you don't want to like put a bunch of details because it'll start to look like it'll kind of muddy the image a bit, and then your shading, you don't want it to be soft. You know, you gotta go hard. You can always push it harder. You can always push that pose a little farther. You can always push the contrast a little harder. You know, you can always push those colors a little brighter. And oh, thank you. I like the Tron Sora a lot too. I've been wanting to come back to this. I just haven't been drawing, or I haven't been at the computer, or this, that. So I want to work on these a lot more. I'm very excited to make more of the world form charms because I'm excited to make more of the lanyard parts. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna fetch one. I fixed the lanyard on the Halloween one because I didn't quite, I got a weird template and then I fucked up the pattern. So the old ones, the initial version 1 We're all sold out of them. They're all gone. So anybody getting anything past this point is getting the much more cleaned up, proper version, where everybody shows up in their proper place. I'll go to a bigger camera. Hi, how's it going? Anyway, so before I had a ghost above Sora, and then Sora would start, and so it would put Goofy, like, on this bend, basically. And then as it wrapped around to the other side, he wouldn't even show up on the bottom. And I was like, no. And I just kind of like bunked it up, right? And then I got a new template, which was basically me designing the entire length of the lanyard, just start to finish, instead of putting it in and hoping that the pattern repeating works okay. So now this is actually, like, updated and looks nice. It goes all the way around. Wow, oh my god. Now the ghost that was above Sora is, like, here on the bend. He's kind of green. I'm very happy with how this came out. Because he came out so cute. And then the lanyard came out so cute. I really love specifically the Donald and the Goofy that I made on here. And I'm excited to make them for the other worlds, basically. I was, like, thinking, I was composing in my mind palace the ideas of, like, I was thinking specifically of the lanyard for, the Pride Lands. So, we'll see. My mind palace. I'm here, I'm like, and then I'm like, put a grub and some dirt. And put the Pride Rock up there in the background a little bit, you know? Stuff like that. I don't want to go too hard because I want to keep them fairly simple because I want the focus to be on them. And then it would, like, progressively make this Halloween one look really fucking stupid. Like, boring because I won't have as much shit. So I'm going to try to avoid going too crazy. But I was like, oh yeah, like, dirt and some grass and, like, here's a grub here and there. And, you know, that's kind of what I'm looking to do a little bit, something like that. I could see it and it looks cute in my brain, so you know, that's where I'm gonna go with that one. I don't know if it's gonna be the next one I work on. I'll see whichever, because when I was working on these, I was like bouncing around quite a bit. I was like, okay, and then I started doing like Atlantica Sora, and then I kind of wasn't liking that, and so then I started doing Timeless River, and then in the middle of that, I started working on Space Paranoids, and then I stopped that, and I went back, and I'm just jumping around, so. Not gonna lie, I'm obsessed with the Halloween Town merch. I keep playing with Sora. With the Sora lanyard. I'm glad. They're nice! They came out so nice. Like, the printing is all good, and it's just also fun to, like, you know, you can just feel it and be like, wee, you know, and just... It's just a nice time. And the bat hanger. Anyway, so the updated ones are now all good to go, and now it's all good to go for all of the other ones I'm gonna end up making. Which hopefully will be every world form. Maybe I'll make like a standard Sora too. I think that would be cute. Even if it's just like KH1 Sora. And then just Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Because they're just, you know, it's just an iconic look. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. So maybe that. But then I would be like, what if I make KH2? But then like Sora is the only one who looks different. So we'll see. KH Halloween Town Stim toy. Wahoo! Anyway, yeah, this is. I'm pretty sure I know I've shown this stuff before. It's nice to have like one place where I can just go in and be like, I'm just jotting down like ideas and stuff. Oh, I can show. I'll show you my shaker charmer I was kind of working on. So here we were. I want there to be more detail. I want it to look shiny. So when it was just me having only the time to make it like flat, I was not crazy about it. Also, I have this for reference right here, as you can see up at the top. This is also why I was asking for like footage. I was like, somebody's got to show me this game. I need to see it right now. I need to like look at it and have it for reference on the side. Where's my fucking... You can see generally my sketch if I move it up here in the top layer or something. Anyway, this was my sketch, sort of, so you can kind of see the concept I'm going for. I'll just, you know, I'll just make a withdrawal and buy the order with it. So this is it. So it's gonna be like Dream Eater, like water barrel minigame, and have like Bumpus and Wingus and probably like a treasure chest in there, you know, and then it's gonna have like Sora and Riku and they're like playing the game. They're like pushing the button and stuff. That's the idea. That's the Shaker Charm idea. They'll be bouncing around in there and whatever. But I really wanted to make it look like a carnival game while still keeping elements from like the game itself, kind of a thing. So, but it was just, I didn't have a lot of time and I was still figuring everything else out. And I also needed to make like the pieces that go inside. I was like, I'm not getting this done in time. I'm sorry. But I do like what I had going so far. I do like the just carnival. I also watched the entirety of Hunchback while I was working on it. Because I needed this stupid picture. And I was like, I know this fucking happens. I can see it. I don't remember exactly where. And I was like not looking at the screen. And I heard kissy noises and just... it fucking immediately went over. And it's like, when he makes kissy, like, he makes kissy lips with the goat. That's what it was. But anyway, that's the Shaker Charm little idea. The little carnival ass. Turn it all back on. Boop. But yeah, I kind of want to like render and make things shiny and give it some like depth a little bit. So I want the back to be a little more like desaturated, maybe a little darker. I'll put some kind of shit in the background, and so it's not just a flat blue. Like, there needs to be something more going on back there just a little bit. And make the cannons, they kind of stand out a little against the background. So, little things need to be done. Anyway. Put the kissing PNG as one of the charms inside. Yeah. just like, I just cut it out, you know, and put it in. Harassed by Jason Alexander Gargoyle. God. Fucking George Costanza GameCube. I always forget his real name, and it's not even just George Costanza that I remember him by, you know? I always remember specifically George Costanza GameCube. And it was like this post where someone was like, I just fucking hallucinate, like I just dreamed up this phrase. And I don't know why, George Costanza GameCube. And then someone was like, I think you made this real because there is a picture of Jason Alexander playing like Metroid Prime on the GameCube at some promotional event. And it's just him like, you know, playing fucking Metroid. And anyway, George Costanza GameCube. That's him. I'll fucking find, hold on. Inside me, George Costanza GameCube. Yeah, fucking like fills in. Without me. It's fucking, I'm pulling it up. George Costanza GameCube. There he is. I just love like someone was like, I woke up from a dream and like the phrase George Costanza GameCube was just there. And then someone was like, there's an image that exists of this somehow and I don't know what to tell you, like manifested this. Anyway, I know the fucking Getty images. It was just like the first one. Anyway, there you go. No, don't show me the fucking. Hey, George Costanza GameCube. There we go. I gotta turn off the web browser first. Cause I'm afraid something will change. Me without me. I'm the one to blame. 3 minutes of battling, I finally managed to get my mattress back in my bed. Woof. Ooh, woo, woo. How about it? I've been patient. Time though. Time inside me, and everyone was wise. Something will change without me. Stream his background noise while I put together a sewing pattern for Sariku years. Yes! Time inside me, and everyone is wise. Daily Riku dose. Without me. I'm definitely a lot more warmed up now. I belong. No matter what changes, change me. Goes down. See, I just love that Bridget's theme is very, like, directly about, like, being trans the whole time. At the fucking dinner table losing it over George Costanza GameCube. You've never seen it? Like, I know they're just up there. Like, dinner's ready, I could go eat. And I probably should. But I was having fun talking about whatever stupid horse shit, so you know how it is. I always draw the hands like bigger and bigger every time. Stream dinner, me eating fucking chili. I'm going, yummy. Like one of those NPCs, you know, you're just dropping a bunch of fucking weird emotes in my chat and I have to be like figuring it out on the fly. Chili stream does sound like a Germa bit. You're correct. Need to get better at drawing butts. Mostly because it will help me draw hips. And just general placement of body parts. Those convergent points, you know? Have you seen the I need more bullets guy? No. Fucking the rose. I forget what that one is. I always just think of like, yum yum yum, yum yum yum. Just shoot rapidly while he shakes his ass. Love his little vest. Probably make that a little smaller, but for now it's fine. Let's see. I'm fucking hungry. I'm a little hungrier than I thought. I'm just getting I keep getting distracted. So I might call it here. It has been about 2.5 hours. That's okay. That's fine. We'll do stuff more on like Thursday, and I might try and work on some of my charm stuff, you know, post dinner kind of a thing. We'll see. We'll see. But I might just stop for now. I started late simply because I was trying to do exercises again today, and that took a little more time, and then I was kind of tired afterwards, and I had to like go and like scarf some food. But I'm doing the Lord's work, so you know, it was necessary. But otherwise I'll try to get more time in next time, okay? Okay. So I go for now. I drew some of this guy. I'm gonna go think about Halloween and make more Halloween shit because I can't help it, and then I'll see you guys later, okay? An ad break, like immediately, whatever. Okay, well, bye everybody. Bye. Thank you for hanging out. Goodbye. See you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.